Hi everyone, I'm Airier, and today we're going to be looking at episode 30 of Team 4 Star's Machinabridged. This is the Final Fantasy 7 Abridged they've been working on for 3 or 4 years now? Yeah. It's actually been quite a while. Like, when they started this, they got the voice actor for Deku. And then they kept him despite the fact that he's now one of the most recognized voice actors because My Hero Academia is kind of insanely good. Yeah, no, it's like massively popular and also kind of high quality as well. It just holds up. It's surprisingly thorough and just being solid. And they have the main character from that, the voice actor, as their abridgment character. And I think they might have had him first. Yeah. What I'm basically trying to say is, geeking. I'm geeking out. Yes, I'm very much geeking out. Joking aside. I can put joking aside. This is going to be episode 30. And Cloud, within reason, has his mind back. I say reason because, well, Cloud, especially the abridged version, is... Actually, no, he's kind of got his head on a little straighter than the canon variant. If I'm going off Advent Children to say that. Great anime. Love the entire movie of it. Cloud needed to get his head screwed a little tighter. I realize that could be taken multiple ways based on what I said. I'm just going to leave that one there and not explain it because I don't think YouTube would appreciate that. Also, speaking of things YouTube does not appreciate but you somehow need to do now, fuck. That is all. You guys know the deal. Link below, original video. You've already hit up? Great. Let's get started. I'm really looking forward to this one.
Okay, so just to clarify, it was Zach that went to Nibelheim?
Yes.
Oh, they told him everything.
That's right.
And you don't remember what happened after you beat Sephiroth.
Yep.
But what about you, Tifa?
I like to think I just woke up and walked out of there like a boss.
And now that your past has been cleared up, we never have to worry about it ever again.
That's funny.
And enough about my trauma.
What have you guys been
No.
up to? Well, those numbskulls at Shinra were stealing huge materia from reactors so they get blasted at Meteor.
And thanks to Avalanche,
It's actually a terrible
or
idea.
whatever
Just
the
turn into a
fuck
shotgun
this
approach.
thing
Destroy
was,
more of the
we
world,
grabbed
even.
most of it.
Good job. High amounts of unstable energy exploding in the atmosphere doesn't sound like a good idea.
Yeah, that's what
That's
I
actually
said.
the least harmful part of that.
After we hit the underwater reactor in Junon,
Because everything else is worse.
all the huge materia will be ours.
Wait, if it's underwater, then that means we'll need...
A submarine! Oh man, I've always wanted to ride one of those.
Well, what are we
Kinda,
waiting
yeah.
for? Let's go!
She's surprisingly okay with that.
Submarines rock! Submarines suck!
They're small and cramped.
So slow!
Also, what dog, cat thing.
You drop an ass bomb, I swear.
No.
It'll kill us all. Well, because the reactor.
Let's ask for direction.
They're stopping to ask a weapon for directions. Wait, what was that thing in the... You know, I just realized I should probably be paying attention to the images that are flashing by because those do not seem like things I've seen yet. Just saw
We did
How
it,
much I'm paying
guys.
attention?
We got all the huge materia.
Wait, what? Seriously? Oh, they're just
Now
skipping
what
through
do
it.
we do? None of you had a plan for after.
Nope.
did you?
Honestly, it started with Shinra and just, you know, we kind of went from
I
there.
mean, it's not a bad plan.
Why don't we take the humongo materia to Grandpa Bugenhagen? The fuck's a Bugenhagen?
Oh, because he wasn't there for that,
Planet's
yeah.
run by ghosts.
That's not a bad idea. Maybe you'll know how to stop Meteor too.
Well, whatever Bunga Baby comes up with can't be any
Bunga Beta, really?
Yeah, I mean, blowing up Meteor with huge materia? Pfft, come on.
Right? How the fuck would they even do that?
Rocket ship!
Use a rocket.
Oh, he jumped ahead.
Those.
Yeah, I guess piling a rocket with huge materia and ramming it at Meteor would make sense.
Mother.
And if I was Shinra,
Because that's
I'd probably
his ship.
Try that without the huge materia.
Sid's gonna explode.
Then I'd be like, check it out, poor people, I've got a rocket, what up?
We gotta go to Rocket Town.
Why, what's there?
A rocket!
Hold on, Sid. We don't know if Shinra's actually gonna do that.
It-
About that.
I gotta say, sir, firing the Shinra number 26 rocket at Meteor sounds lit AF.
I mean, yeah, but it's a terrible idea.
Letting it collect dust, right, Uncle Palmer? The northern crater is
They're still
not
doing the
giant
voice, yeah.
ice ball.
Oh, because
That's
Hibiki
filthy.
left, that's
We're
what
going
people
to
said,
Rocket
yeah.
Town.
But what about
So they
Grandpa
literally just cut
Bugenhagen?
Palmer
I
off at the
don't
neck.
give a fuck about some bagel hot dog. That rocket is my only way of achieving my dreams
go,
of
Flip.
reaching outer space.
Bugenhagen.
And I am not
Bugenhagen.
gonna let those Shinra
Bugendaddy.
nuts go
Whatever
turn
his name
my
is.
rocket into a fucking galactic rock crusher.
Just for the record, I'm
technically-
claiming that one for an attack name, thank you.
All right,
Oh, that's actually a good
we'll
one.
have it your way. We'll go straight
Damn,
to
that's actually a
Rocket
good
Town.
one.
Good. That's what I like to hear.
With
Galactic
all this
Rock
huge
Crusher.
material we're carrying, the Shinra can easily steal back.
All right, I'll drop y'all off first.
Don't worry, Sid. We'll get to Rocket Town as soon as the huge materia is in a safe place.
And as long as we fly through all the red lights, we'll be there in no time.
Wait, what?
I'm not sure which part of that statement I should be more concerned with.
Huge mungus materia secured. Set security
Oh,
protocol
surprisingly
to
worked out.
level. Avalanche.
What was
did
that?
do exactly?
Oh, you'll know.
Can we
What?
hurry the f up? We got a dream to save.
It would seem that time is of the essence.
Yeah, but hey, I'm sure once we get to the rocket, Sid will know exactly
Oh
what's going
God,
on.
no.
I have no idea what the fuck's going on.
Yeah,
Best
where's
cut.
Shinra?
Just
Maybe
the
they
best
got
cut to
scared off
that.
by the crew. The ghost crew.
Don't be a fucking numbskull. There ain't no such thing as ghosts.
Hello, Sid.
Ghost crew!
Troll, the fuck's going on? Where's Shinra?
I'm doing great, Sid. Thanks for asking.
Are they howling this?
Yeah, they were here, but they left.
I think they're making this a howl.
With a Mako bomb.
I'm sorry, a what bomb?
Change of plans. We're shutting down this whole operation.
Yeah, that's a big no can do. This rocket's been locked set on a timer. And once it hits zero, this baby's gonna be blasting at 100 miles a minute into the great unknown.
Ooh, that sounds bomb.
Once again,
Except you're in
what
it.
was that about a bomb?
Well, how much longer do we got to launch?
Now?
Well, based on my numbers, it should be launching in T-minus now.
Oh, dude. Also, with that much explosive anything near any building that close, yeah, no, they would be caramelized, is a nice way to put it. Charbroiled is more accurate.
Believe it, Sid. You did it.
After all this time, I'm the first man in space.
Hide with Cloud.
Technically, you were in front, so
This must be the Mako
they
bomb
had
Mission
someone do the
Control was
space thing,
talking
really.
about. We've got to remove it.
Barrett, is everything all right?
I sense a disturbance.
You let me take care of that.
Because Mako, the very first episode.
All right, bomb's been taken care of. Now we.
Cloud fucked up.
What the hell are you guys doing?
We're trying to save you.
Me! Get to those escape pods before we crash into the meteor!
We can't just leave you behind for the
Aren't you like super strong or something?
Last time!
Cloud, I mean.
There's no one on this ship!
They said, "Only crew!"
Shira! What the f are you doing
Randomly
here?
there.
Did you really think I was just gonna sit by and let Shinra destroy your dream?
Yes.
What's your f***ing plan? Sneak on board and try to reroute the rocket's course? Do you know how f***ing hard that would be?
I would have figured it out. It's not exactly rocket science.
No, it's
You-
literally.
You beautiful science.
Wait, what? He's being okay with this?
Come on, Sid. When we get back to Earth, I'll make you some goddamn tea. How does that sound?
I f***ing love you!
Hey, this is
Are they flirting?
Tank number 8.
It is. Why does it look different?
Oh, I didn't tell you. It got remastered. Finally, God!
I mean, a painted shitty house is still a shitty house, but you know, whatever makes you happy.
You know what
What?
would make me really happy? Getting this f***ing thing off me!
Wow, Shira, I had no idea you were so strong. You must work out a lot in that basement.
More like working in.
What?
We're in an escape pod.
Goodbye, Shinra number 26.
Oh, I just got what they were talking about.
Go tell that meteor to fuck off.
You just got the little flash of Boogan, Beta, Baga, whatever his name is, falling back. Yeah, not gonna work. Oh no, random people who are not dead. Don't tell me they're just gonna end it there. They're not ending it there. And it looks worse. That is actually honestly one of the coolest things ever.
There was no way that rocket was going to destroy Meteor.
Nope.
I will keep Shinra's Mako bomb here for safekeeping. Even if the rocket was filled with huge materia, I'm afraid it would not have made a difference.
Well, at least we stopped it from
That's
exploding in
actually a good
space
thing
and
because
causing who knows what
the
fuck
other
happened.
alternative would kill more people.
When Mako energy is exposed in space,
You
it...
hear that, folks? Gramps is gonna tell us about space.
Well, my planet laboratory isn't just for show.
Yeah,
Oh.
sure, that's great for looking. But it's different when you've been up there,
Why is he so blue?
among the shining stars. The wondrous unknown.
Like somehow he looks a little
Darkness.
bluer.
As far as the eye can see.
Everyone looks kind of blue.
I
Oh,
know
it's just
you're
light.
still riding the accomplished dream high, but we have to stay focused.
Oh yeah, because right now is literally the best day of his life.
Perhaps it would be best to change our way of thinking. Instead of trying to come up with a new plan, ask yourself, has one already been put into play?
I mean, we know how it ends because it's been out for years, but
She went to the city of the ancient. She said that only a Cetra could stop Sephiroth.
I see. Cloud, if we go back there, I might be able to find something.
Back to the city? I don't know if...
It's okay, Tifa. Let's go, Bunga Bunga.
Great! And if the highway
Did it call
has
it
been
Bunga?
scrapped for parts, we can head on over.
that's actually worse than his normal name.
Whoa, wait,
Avalanche security, motherfucker.
The planet
What did he?
is in
Oh, it was a security device.
I hear its pain. Its
They have security.
suffering. It cries out for one thing. Holy.
Holy?
Yes.
Oh, I thought he was gonna make a joke
White
there. He's being
material
serious.
With the ultimate life magic. And perhaps our last chance at stopping Meteor.
Do you know where it is?
Yes, I do. But I think it would be better if I showed you.
Meh? Oh yeah, because the thing she always had. I actually knew this, but I completely forgot that was specifically that gem. Materia, whatever. Now I get to go diving.
White materia. Aerith had it all along.
Why is it glowing green?
It must be sick. Cast Kiraga goggles.
It's not sick, Nanaki. When the white material
Oh
glows
yeah, his actual
green,
name's Nanaki.
it means that the planet has heard the prayers of a Cetra.
That's what she meant when she said only a Cetra could stop Sephiroth.
Technically
What
accurate.
is it? Why hasn't it stopped Meteor?
That's peculiar. Sorry, it's a little dry around this water wall. But yes, wholly not coming forth to
That's not
stop
what that.
Meteor
No.
is concerning.
Oh, he died.
His will in the life stream must be
Everyone knows that
stopping-
when you cough, you're gonna die.
Sounds to me like we know what we gotta do now.
Yeah. Thank
Technically,
you,
rob a
Aerith.
grave.
We won't let your death be in vain. Still feels weird. Yellow!
Whoa, hey, how's it going?
Good news! We found a way to stop Meteor!
Bad
You
news.
did? Oh, that's great news. You know, it's actually kind of funny because I wanted to give you guys some news.
Oh, cool! Is it also good?
No, it's bad.
They never get good news.
Bad news. Really? Really? Big. Bad news.
Really cool looking news, and God, can you imagine what this would look like remastered? An even bigger cannon! I cannot wait for the remaster later next year. Also, Sid face. Just quality Sid face there. Okay, so this one is just a very solid episode. And the best part was Sid, because Sid just gets so many damn good lines. Also, the submarine. Just everything in the submarine was just... I like the banter. And that sub scene, as short as it was nothing but banter. That was me bait when it comes to humor. Just all the things like talking about him dropping the... and talking about how it would kill him on. Now you can tell they're really just cutting out a lot of the fights because honestly, as weird as this is going to sound, the fights aren't the interesting part about this Abridged. They're good, but the best parts are always just the dialogue and getting to see the different characters interact in the situations and how they behave. And just the banter. Just seeing how they're bantering. Because these are fun people to see interact. The fact that there's a cool story behind it is also cool, but I like seeing how they're doing this and how they're playing the characters straight sometimes even. Normally they play them very, very spoofy. because it's an abridged. It's basically a spoof. They're probably related entirely or something. Whatever. Words. What I basically want to say is this episode isn't actually as impactful as the last one because the last one was drama. A lot of drama. And it's not as funny as some of the previous ones because those were downright amazing. But this one, it did its job. It was a connecting episode. You can tell just because they had to cut forward and jump through time periods so fast to get from one scene to the next, to the next, to the next. This is probably what should be the weakest episode in any series because any one point in it is interesting, but it's not so important that they can afford to belabor the point because it would just take too long. So by all rights, this should be boring because the source material, they could just take their time, they could do it, but it would break the flow of the narrative. And they've been making things happen faster for a while. I'm actually wondering if this is going to be the last season of Machinabridged. And if we might see Final Fantasy VIII abridged after this. Or Dirge of Cerberus, which would honestly be hilarious to me because I actually enjoyed that. I sucked at it. Hated the control scheme. Still liked it because I enjoyed Vincent. And Yuffie. I like those characters. And he was like, oh yeah, there's going to be more story. No. Yeah. I think overall, despite the fact that this should have been the weakest episode because it's just trying to hit the points they need for the plot with at least a little humor to keep it good, they did a good job. When it needed to be funny, it was. And the Boogum Bunga Balgo Booga, whatever his name is, the fact that they played him straight and not as a joke, like they even gave him a respectable, good, deep voice, as opposed to my voice, which sounds like a buddy on crack that's been hit over the head and is partially stupid. Only partially, though. The other part is just too lazy to care. We're talking about the bunny still. Not my voice or anything. Yes. As you can tell, I might be a little hyped up on coffee right now. They made him straight in the sense that he was a really, this is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to do it cool. And I'm going to do it without much joking around. And then there's Nanaki, who's... It's Red. We all know Red at this point. Didn't have much of a presence in this episode, but every line he gets is good. But again, just having the mix of the humor, which was basically anything the character said, the seriousness, which was the revelation of where the Holy is, of Holy itself, seeing the futility of the rocket, which, not gonna lie, just based on how astrophysics work, if it actually did work, that would be much worse. Because, and I know I mentioned this a few times during the abridged, what actually happens when you break an asteroid just directly hitting at you? Instead of having one point and an explosion that you might be able to survive, maybe, you get what turns into a shotgun of a lot of explosions. And then explosions run into explosions. And then you have explosions causing other explosions because they're running into other explosions. For an example, when two air pressures hit in the sky and they're churning, we get lightning. Storms are created that way. Now what happens if you have multiple explosions that cause more friction in the air? Lots of ionization, lots of lightning, lots of storms, on top of the fact that there's a lot of explosions. And yeah, they're smaller, but there's more of them. And they'll be interacting in really, really devastating ways. It's bad. It goes from near Armageddon level to possible Armageddon level, and then it jumps all the way up to no level. Just no. Yeah. So, dodged a bullet on the rocket failing. Kind of disappointed they stopped Bugambanga Bolga. Still can't get his name right. Before he talked about what exactly happened to Mako when they took it outside of the atmosphere, just because I like little magical things like that, just finding out the schematics of how the magic system works. I find that cool. Would it be good in the abridged? No, it'd be a terrible idea because it would belabor the point, just like a lot of things could in this episode if they had stayed on them too long. They didn't, though, so they made the right choice. I will also, as soon as I finish recording this video, go and look that up because I kind of want to know now. And if you have a good explanation, link in the comments down below because I kind of want to read that, and I'm also very forgetful, so I might forget and then be annoyed at myself later, but not sure why because I forgot. That happens more often than I'm comfortable with. All the same, though, everyone. You guys know the deal. There's a link below to the original video. Just make sure to hit up because I got the feeling we're getting really close to the final episode, and as much as I don't want this series to end because I like looking forward to more of them, I really can't wait to see just what they do with it. Because if they rush through so much material to get to the good stuff, it's going to be really good. Because Team 4-Star is not known for rushing through the best parts. So if this is the part they thought was weakest that they need to skip through as quickly as possible, and they made it just a very solid episode in its own right, I can't wait to see what they do next. Unless they decide to really change things up, in which case, I really can't wait to see what they do next because it's Team 4-Star. They can and they have done major changes before. Not as many as some other abridging groups, but they make them much more seamlessly than others. So you don't even notice sometimes. Or I'm just very oblivious. Okay, I probably should change that to, and I'm very oblivious, whatever. But yeah, you guys know the drill. Link below, original. You've already hit up, I've already asked. Great! I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.
Thank you.